In India, there are a few areas where Indians are not allowed. These areas are generally designated for the minority groups that are not considered part of Indian culture. These areas can include the Kashmir region, the Northeast region, and the areas around Mumbai and Chennai. It is important to remember that tourists are still allowed in even though these areas are off limits to Indians. However, tourists should be aware of the prohibition and restrictions. They should not venture into these areas without prior authorization. 1. Red Lollipop Hostel, Chennai. In Chennai, Tamil Nadu, Red Lollipop Hostel has a "No Indian" policy. They do not cater to Indian tourists. This hostel, an international standard hotel, is only for foreigners. They allow you to check in only after you present your passport and can choose from mixed hostels, ladies' hostels, or inexpensive twin rooms. Not only this, but Red Lollipop Hostel also claims to be one of the only hotels in Chennai that exclusively caters to first-time visitors to India. 2. Foreigners only, beaches in Goa. Heaven for water people, many residents and visitors visit Goa every year. However, several beaches in Goa are solely open to international visitors. The ban is in place to safeguard tourists wearing bikinis and swimwear from unwanted attention. Indians are not allowed to stay in the famed shacks on Arambal Beach, and there are few Indians on Anjuna Beach. Locals believe that they are shielding them from the general public's view. 3. Sakura Ryokan Restaurant, Ahmedabad. Sakura Ryokan is a Japanese restaurant in Ahmedabad with a sign at the entrance that says, "Indians are not allowed." The restaurant's owner claims that the staff cannot speak Hindi or English and doesn't feel comfortable serving Indian customers. The owner also says that he wants to focus on providing exemplary service to Japanese customers. 4. Broadlands Hotel, Chennai. As indicated by a 2010 report by the Primary Day-to-Day, this curious British-style property in Chennai permitted section is just based on unfamiliar international IDs. Nonetheless, according to the new Booking.com surveys, they permit many Indians. However, the more significant part of their visitors is still from foreign nations. One of the Indians who posted his survey in February 2020 even cited that the staff is unresponsive to the Indian customers. He was at first denied a room at the inn for an evening. The staff just consented that he had a web-based booking. 5. Russian Colony, Kudankulam. The Russian colony in Kudankulam is one of the 6 places in India where Indians are not allowed. The Russians established this colony in the 1800s as a strategic outpost to keep an eye on British activity in the region. The Russians were forced to abandon the colony in the 1940s, and it has been abandoned ever since. Today, it is a popular tourist destination for those looking for an off-the-beaten-path adventure. However, Indian citizens are not allowed inside the colony without special permission from the Russian embassy. Conclusion: India is a vast and diverse country with many different cultures, religions, and customs. While there are many places where Indians are welcomed with open arms, there are also a few places in India where Indians are not allowed. These places have stringent rules about who is allowed to enter and why. Whether it's because of the culture or the religion, these places are off limits to Indians.